Hello guys and welcome back to Craze. So today I'm riding this Hysoung GT 250. So without any further delay, let's get started with the video. So guys, starting up with this motorcycle is kind of an underdog motorcycle. The Hysoung brand just came in and got out. So not many of these motorcycles are out on the Indian roads, but thankfully I got an opportunity in order to get my hands on this beautiful beast. Now before I go further with the specifications or anything else, it's time for some cinematic shots and flyby shots. Hope you guys enjoy the cinematic shots. Now let's get started with the review. Now this Hysoung GT 250 is around a 2 years old motorcycle and it's still performing very well. Now yes, Hyosung's motorcycles have a lot of problems, and even this motorcycle once went to Pune to the factory in order to get repaired, but yeah, it's back and it's perfectly fine now. And this is a first copy Acropowich exhaust which has been installed on this motorcycle, so let's hear the exhaust note now. So guys, I don't know how well the exhaust note has been captured in the camera, but in person, the exhaust note is pretty much good. And it's nothing to be cribbing around, or it's not something which is too loud or too annoying. It's a pretty subtle as well as a loud exhaust, to be frank. So now coming to the motorcycle, this is a 250cc motorcycle, but it looks more like a 600cc or a liter motorcycle because the fairings are pretty much huge, and that's how the motorcycle looks like. But the bitter truth is it's a 250cc motorcycle, and if you guys can hear some rumbling sound, it's because the mudguard of the front tire mudguard is kind of loose, so never mind that. Now coming back to the topic, this is a 250cc engine which produces around 27 brake horsepower and 28 Newton meters of torque. The grunt is pretty much good for city rides, but you cannot expect great high ends on this motorcycle considering the cubic capacity of the vehicle and the weight of the vehicle. It's around 188 kgs the curb weight, and maneuvering this motorcycle in city is a huge pain in the ass because taking a U-turn, you gotta need serious skills to take U-turn. I mean, it'll be like a 3-point U-turn on this motorcycle. Now coming to the riding position of this motorcycle is on the aggressive side. The handlebar is low and the foot pegs are rear set, so you need that perfect body position in order to ride this motorcycle without any back pain, or else it's going to take a huge toll on your back. Another mistake which Hyosung has done is they have offered MRF rubber on this motorcycle, which does not do a great job. A Michelin Pilot Street Radial or a Pirelli, or in fact the new Apollo would have also done a great job. But never mind, once you purchase the bike you can change it. Now coming up to the purchasing point, this bike is very expensive. A 250cc Hyosung motorcycle on road Bangalore costs around 4.5 lakhs. Oh god, that's too expensive for a 250cc motorcycle. That's why you don't see much on the road. And the other problem is, since this bike did not sell well, there isn't much of service centers or proper accessible service centers, so you got to struggle a lot in order to find a service center and drop the motorcycle there. And the servicing cost is also not cheap. Just like the bike, it's expensive. Now another disappointment which I have is, you pay 4.5 lakhs and you don't get a gear position indicator, so you don't know which gear you're in. The only neutral gear will be displayed, otherwise no other gear is going to be displayed. So that's another problem in this instrument cluster. And Hysoung motorcycles, few are known for its problems. Especially this motorcycle had an engine problem, so it went back to its factory in Pune and they got it resolved. So that's not a problem, but yes, it's a point of disappointment which you might get after paying 4.5 lakhs. But never mind, everything has its pros and cons, and this motorcycle's pros are its looks. It's a beautiful engine, though it's a quarter-liter engine. It's doing a very good job. And the fuel economy on this motorcycle is around 30 is claimed by the company, but what in real life you get is like 26 with this exhaust, 24, not more than that. But the grunt on the motorcycle is pretty much good. You cannot complain much, as well as you cannot expect much from a 250cc motorcycle. Now if you guys want to compare this with the Duke 250, I guess they both won't go well, because the Duke 250 is more focused on power. It has more power and the power to weight ratio is kind of great on the motorcycle. But the power to weight ratio on this motorcycle is not that well, because the weight of this motorcycle is 188 kgs. That's a curved weight. And with fuel, you can expect around 190 kgs, which is the weight of a Royal Enfield GT650. So 250cc motorcycle weighs as much as a 650cc motorcycle. Though I crib a lot regarding this motorcycle, but there are few things which kind of compensates and overcomes those drawbacks. That is the looks of this motorcycle first and foremost. Second thing is, you feel unique once you sit on this motorcycle. And I love the stock exhaust note, and with an actual Acropouch exhaust, this would sound damn good. And those are the things which kind of makes you feel better. And the other thing is that the 250cc segment motorcycle will be good for an amateur to learn how a track bike would be. So this positioning of the handle, the foot pegs is more like a sports bike, so that's an advantage again. The brakes on this motorcycle do a great job, but I'll just show it you guys now. So I'm at 75 and this is how the braking is. So it has ABS and the braking is pretty much good. So there's nothing much to complain regarding the brakes. The brakes are sure-footed. Now coming up to the mirrors, it's better to close them because they do no justice of showing you what's behind. The suspension is kind of on the stiffer side. You go hard on the bumps, then your back is gonna ache for sure. So that's one thing which I did not like on this motorcycle. And the pillion seat is also comfortable, as well as the rider seat. In fact, to be frank, the rider seat is very comfortable. Compared to that of my RR310, which I use for daily purpose, the rider seat on this motorcycle is damn comfortable. You also get adjustable lever for the brake only, not for the clutch, which is actually a good thing. But considering the price point, you should get all these kind of things for the amount which you pay. The gearbox is a bit on the rough side. I mean, like, it gets too much of false neutral, but that's completely fine. So guys, this was pretty much my review on this Hysoung GT250, and if you guys like this video, please consider that like button. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. More interesting videos coming out, stay tuned. And if you have any queries or suggestions, just comment in the comment section and I'll make sure to reply to it. See you guys in the next video.